He thought he had found the woman of his dreams, but what he didn't know was that every night, she turned into something else entirely. Her name was Amara. To everyone in town, she was a perfect woman, beautiful, soft-spoken, and graceful like morning light on clean water. When she smiled, people forgot their troubles. When she spoke, men lost their words. But no one knew where she came from, and no one dared to ask. Amara appeared one morning in Surulere, walking through the market with quiet elegance. No relatives, no friends, just her and her mystery. She rented a small shop by the roadside and began selling perfumes and body oils. The scent of her stall drew people in like magic, and among those enchanted by her was a young man named Chike. Chike was a hard-working electrician, known for his easy smile and honest hands. He lived a simple life, fixing wires by day and helping his mother at her small food stand by night. He wasn't rich, but his heart was clean, and that was his pride. The first time he saw Amara, she was pouring perfume into small bottles. Her wrist moved with a rhythm that caught his eyes. Her skin glowed like morning dew, and when she looked up, their eyes met. Chike forgot what he came to buy. "Do you need something?" she asked with a soft laugh. He stammered, "Yes. No. Maybe." Amara laughed again, and that laugh was like a song. From that day, Chike found excuses to pass by her store, a new bottle of cologne, a gift for his mother, anything just to hear her voice. Soon, their friendship grew, and in a few months, Chike was certain he wanted her as his wife. But not everyone was pleased. His mother, Mama Chike, was not blind to the way Amara avoided personal questions. She never spoke about family, never invited anyone to her house, and never ate in public. Still, Chike's heart was set. "Mother," he said one night, "Amara is the one. She's kind, humble, and everything I've prayed for." Mama Chike sighed deeply. "My son, a woman without roots is like a river without source. Be careful before you drink from her stream." But love, as always, is deaf to warnings. Within months, they were married. The wedding was small, but beautiful. Everyone in the neighborhood talked about how lucky Chike was to marry such a fine woman. Yet, some said quietly that her eyes were too sharp, her stare too steady like that of a snake. On their wedding night, Amara locked the bedroom door and whispered, "Promise me, Chike, promise you will never wake me at night. No matter what you hear or see, let me be." It sounded strange, but Chike laughed it off. "You're my wife, not a ghost." "Of course, I promise." That night, Amara fell asleep quickly, her breathing soft and calm. But around midnight, Chike heard something, a faint hiss. At first, he thought it was the wind, but then it came again low, long, and chilling. He sat up, heart pounding, and turned toward Amara. She was no longer in bed. The room was dimly lit by the streetlight sneaking through the window, and there at the edge of the bed, something moved. Something long. Something sliding. Chike froze. His mouth went dry. A snake. A huge one, black and gold, coiled beside the bed. Its eyes gleamed red in the dark. It raised its head and stared at him, but deep inside those reptile eyes, he saw something familiar. Something human. "Amara," he whispered. The snake blinked slowly, and then, before his terrified eyes, it slithered under the blanket. When he pulled it back in shock, Amara was there again, sleeping peacefully. Chike couldn't sleep a second that night. By morning, Amara woke up glowing as if nothing had happened. She kissed his forehead and asked, "Did you sleep well?" He forced a smile. "Yes, very well." But from that day, Chike's joy began to fade. He started watching her, the way her eyes flickered in the sunlight, the way her tongue sometimes brushed across her lips too quickly, almost like flicking. At night, he would lie awake, listening. Sometimes, he swore he heard the sound of scales rubbing against the floor. Still, Amara remained the perfect wife, cooking, laughing, helping his mother, even giving money to the poor. The neighbors adored her. No one would believe him if he told them what he saw. Weeks turned into months. Then one day, his mother fell ill. Chike was away at work, and Amara volunteered to care for her. When Chike returned that evening, Mama Chike was sitting outside trembling. Her eyes were wide with fear. "My son," she whispered, "that woman is not human." Chike's heart stopped. "What are you saying?" "I saw it," Mama Chike cried. "I woke up and saw her by the window. Her skin was gone. Gone. What stood there was a snake wearing your wife's face. Chike's blood ran cold. He rushed inside, but Amara was already there, calm as ever, smiling. Mama wasn't feeling well, she said gently. I gave her medicine. She must have been dreaming. But Mama Chike refused to stay another night in that house. She packed her things and left. That evening, Chike confronted his wife. Amara, he said, voice trembling, I need the truth. What are you? Amara's smile faded. I told you never to ask. Then tell me why my mother saw a snake, he shouted. Silence filled the room. Then she spoke, her voice low and cold. Because that's what I am. Chike stepped back. What? Amara looked away. Many years ago, before I came to the city, I was cursed. My people betrayed a sacred oath to the river spirit. I was a sacrifice chosen to bear that curse, half woman, half serpent. By day I walk among humans. By night, my true form returns. Tears filled her eyes, and her voice broke. I didn't choose this life, Chike. I only wanted to be loved. Chike stared at her, torn between fear and pity. Then why me? Because your heart was pure, she whispered. You were the first man who looked at me and saw a woman, not a curse. I thought maybe your love could set me free. Chike's anger melted into sorrow. He didn't know whether to hold her or run from her. That night, he couldn't sleep. Days passed. Amara grew distant, haunted by her secret. Chike stopped telling anyone what he knew. But rumors began to spread, goats missing, strange tracks near the compound, whispers of something slithering through the drains at night. One evening, a neighbor's child went missing. The whole community gathered with lanterns, shouting the boy's name. They searched everywhere, until someone said they saw a large snake crawling near the abandoned well. When they got there, the boy was found alive but terrified. He said a beautiful woman with cold eyes had led him there, then disappeared. That was the night the town turned against Amara. They came to Chike's house in anger. We've had enough of her witchcraft, they shouted. Bring her out. Amara stood inside, trembling. Chike, she said softly, they will kill me. Please, let me go. Tears streamed down her face. If I leave tonight, I can never return to this world again. Chike's chest ached. He still loved her, even with everything he knew. But the voices outside grew louder, angrier. Chike! The crowd roared. Bring out the snake woman! Amara reached for his hand. Please. Chike looked into her eyes one last time and saw the woman he had fallen in love with, not the monster the world feared. He whispered, Go. Amara's body shimmered, her skin rippling like water. In moments, she transformed the woman gone, the serpent revealed. She slithered toward the back door and vanished into the darkness, leaving only the scent of her perfume behind. The crowd burst in moments later, but she was gone. They destroyed the house that night, shouting prayers and curses. Chike stood in silence, staring at the ashes of what used to be his home. Days turned into weeks. Life went on, but he was never the same. Every night, he would dream of a river and a voice calling his name. Sometimes he thought he saw a shadow moving in the corners, a shimmer of gold and black, and he would whisper her name, Amara. Then one night, during the heavy rains, he heard it again, the hiss. Soft at first, then louder. He stepped outside with his lantern, and there, by the mango tree, was a snake, large, glistening, and glowing faintly. It stared at him, then slowly bowed its head. Chike dropped the lantern and knelt. Amara? The snake turned, slithered toward the riverbank, and disappeared beneath the waves. From that night, Chike was never seen again. Some say he went mad from grief and drowned himself. Others whisper that he followed her, that somewhere deep within the river, man and serpent lived together, beyond the reach of human judgment. But one thing is certain. On quiet nights in Surulere, when the moon touches the water just right, people say they can smell her perfume and hear a soft voice whisper, Love sees what fear cannot. And as our story comes to an end, dear friend, remember beauty can charm the eyes, but it is truth that protects the soul. Every tale carries a warning, and this one reminds us, never judge what you don't understand, but never ignore what your spirit tries to tell you. If this story touched your heart, let its message stay with you tonight. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that YouTube can recommend our stories to more listeners who love wisdom and folktales. Tap the thumbs up to support storytelling from the heart. Share this video with your friends and family so the spirit of our stories can travel far and wide. And in the next episode, we will tell another unforgettable story. Thanks for watching. Bye for now till our next powerful story.